This is one of the tunnels that leads out of the castle and into the area where we have the ladies' room and the big kitchen. It's one of the simpler tunnels. It doesn't flood, and you don't have to dig a lot, and Michael doesn't make you work under bad conditions in it. There you see the backside of the big kitchen as we come out of the big tunnel, the little tunnel. And of course, the ladies' room. Which is much nicer than the men's room. Here is the entry into the Tin Palace, where Mrs. Rubelia had her gala parties, and Michael would hide from them. Of course, as Michael got older, we had some nice parties here too. And you can still get a green bottled Coke at Rubelia. We're about to enter the big kitchen, which was a favorite room for a lot of us, because here is where Michael usually had the bigger parties. And here was where the farmhands, the people who lived here, and the close friends who came by to help on various projects, could sit around a big table and eat a lot. And of course, it's filled with farm tools, implements, and stuff. Our big fireplace, which on cold nights could throw a lot of heat. And the wagon and gear for it that Michael figured he'd be riding down the streets in his old age is up above here. Hard to make out without enough light. But again, the drawing point to this room was the round table. You can see it was pretty hard for anyone to come by and steal a chair. And here you see one of the farm's many tunnels, or elevators to the tunnels. In this case, the most often used elevator went to the game room down below, and then down to further levels. Yep, there were a lot of good parties here and a lot of good food on the creosoted round table. And now, people like myself throw their laptops on the table. I think it was a lot more fun when there was conversation, give and take, and lots of food. In the cooking area had, of course, the most modern, up-to-date equipment. You got a lot of iron if you ate at the farm, because most things were cooked in iron skillets. Now they're not used as much, but it was fun. And here you see the water heater that heated the shower room, which was a farmer's reservoir outside of the big kitchen. Needless to say, sometimes I couldn't figure out how to get the hot water to work. And Michael always wasn't very helpful. But he laughed a lot. Here you see the cold boxes. Rather than using a big refrigerator, sometimes Michael stored stuff and just kept it cold in these things. And Glenn's fabulous sinks, wood epoxied sinks. This is one of his simpler models. His great, complicated, curvaceous model was up in Glenn's box factory. And of course the plumbing, which you had to figure out in order to get hot water. I'm still not sure I figured it out, but it does work. And people would explain things very simply, like where the dishes went and where to wash them. Out the windows here is the deck where Michael used to like to sit at the end of some work days. Hold his hands behind his head and look up at the windmill. Well, I'm about to back off from the kitchen and just say, as I've said before, what a wonderful place it was to have gatherings and parties and to discuss topics around the table, which range from the right to the left. Yes, we hope you have a nice day, and hope the whole world does. And stay in shape so you don't gain too much weight. And if it gets cold, see if you can borrow a smudge pot from the farm. So long, great kitchen.